Hi guys, Dennis here from Denny Bob's RC. Welcome back to the channel, and if you're just coming across a video of mine, or hit the subscribe button, hit the like button if you like what you see. I'm going to go through this Bruder Mack Granite a little bit more. It's a Bruder cab. It's a Tamiya chassis with a Bruder Mack cab on it. Some of the things I've been working on today. This is day 3 of building this truck. Been on vacation, so have a little more time. I don't have any young kids or any, no other little distractions. I could go and see my grandkids and whatnot. I've got grandkids, I'm old enough. I'm grandpa, so, but sometimes the grandkids get to come out and play with grandpa's toys. So anyway, and I kind of go through some of the stuff that I did this afternoon and this morning. Yeah, that's the RCP box I've got on there. I've got it in the lifted position, so I kind of works as a stand to work on the truck. It actually works kind of good. I've done this before in other trucks. I've got drive shafts installed and everything, and my 17-to-1 gear reduction planetary bolted up in here with a 55 turn RC 4-wheel drive motor. That worked really well. It's actually a little bit slower than I like, but for doing off-road and whatnot, it's kind of a setup that's worked good for me, and besides, it's what I had in the drawer. I did go and you kind of see how my the lift axle's lifted up all the way, and with the front axle oscillated all the way down, the drive shaft doesn't hit. So the nice thing too with these is if I did have a problem, these are slotted so I could move the motor up a little bit more. It worked the way it is, and it tucks in there really nice. It's kind of, up in there, so it's not hanging down way low or anything, so I got plenty of ground clearance for any off-roading that I want to do. I'm going to set the truck up on its wheels. I did post a video earlier of me debating on whether to bolt the cab on or just have the whole cab hinge. I decided to bolt the cab rigid. There's the hinge for the front of the cab. I'll paint that so it's not so noticeable. It's just it's a different hinge that I've used before. Tried to do something, use stuff that I've got laying around. So I do have the cab bolted down now. Let's see if I can get the hood to open. So I have plenty of room. Since I have the planetary drive, I don't have the second shifting servo in here. So I've got plenty of room to put all my other electronics in here. And I may build like a battery tray on the top part of this hood using some putting an aluminum or plastic panel in here to tuck the battery in, so that when I shut the door hood, kind of keeps the battery up in there and secure. Always things changing. I'm not sure where I'm going to I'll mount the receiver here. Will be one of the things I will do. As you can see, I made the brackets to go and bolt the cab up and thread it into the front of the cab, and had to drill a couple of holes for that mounting, but it works. And an angle iron underneath here. I had to take a little bit off of that lip of the cab that sticks down to get the cab to sit somewhat level and flat and close and not sticking way up in the air. That way it also, then it clears here as well. But yeah, just a little angle iron bracket, couple of bolts there, and those bolt holes here are originally in there for the cab mount for the other cabs, so for the factory cabs. Anyway, I just kind of figured I'd come in here and show you some of the progress for today. I've got to take everything all back apart. I'll get my clearance lights all wired in. And while I got the cab completely disassembled, it may go to paint. I'll snap everything, all the chrome off, take the cab completely apart, and as well as I'll take the fender skirts off and the louvers and the grill and all that stuff. And I don't know if anybody's ever seen this. I actually take the front of the grill, you know, and I grind it up just a little bit and flatten it off to get it short enough. With the original hinge that's there for the Bruder, it doesn't work. It sits way too high, way too up in the air. You almost got to notch your frame or something. I'd rather grind the bottom of it flat, mill it flat, put a hinge up to it, because the hinge just, I don't know if we can see it, bolts up through to the bottom. So I don't take a whole lot out. There's already that factory kind of a notch there anyway, and that way I get it to work, and it snaps shut, and I can put the straps on if I want. But pretty happy with it so far. So far the progress anyway. It's an old Grand Hauler bumper I had laying around. If I decide to go get a King Haul or a Night Hauler bumper, it'll bolt right in the same spot and will be the fine for the height and everything. They kind of curve around kind of nice, but it's what I had for now. Do I like it that much? Not really. Not my favorite to put on here. I thought about putting a filler plate on the inside, since you do have the screw holes for the deflectors. You know, maybe put a filler plate in here on the top and kind of have it come out a little bit, kind of close this gap up. It's kind of all up in the air yet. I'm kind of, it's an ongoing progress today. Maybe, depending on what I get for time for tomorrow, maybe I'll take the cab all completely apart and, you know, get my wiring and stuff for the clearance lights done and my headlights all wired in, but I won't do that until after I get it all painted and everything. I may go with a blue that's very similar, or I have another color in mind that I have yet to try, and I'll let it be a surprise if I do. But overall, I'm pretty happy with how the progress is coming so far. I think I mentioned in the earlier video, these are JHR tires. These are 83s, these are 83s, these are 73s, I believe. They're shorter for my left axle. But they are also JHR tires. They are solid. They are very similar to the RC four-wheel drive low, what do they call them? RC four-wheel drive low rider, they call them. Anyway, they're the same dimension, width and height and everything. But they fit in there really well for my for everything. So I'm pretty happy with it overall. But I may change the interior color. I don't know. We'll see. You guys will be sick of this truck. I know I made a lot of videos of my red truck when I did it, and I've kind of come into this one pretty much almost assembled when I started making videos of it. But yeah, overall I'm pretty happy. Just kind of figured I'd come in here and kind of share my progress for the day. It's a work in progress, so to speak, and doing what I enjoy. We just had some tornado warnings and more rain. Just like we don't need any more for a little while. I'm getting really tired of not being able to go out and play. So I have yet to do that this year. I have yet to use an excavator, a dozer, or anything, or play outdoors at all this year. I'm getting a little bit, and it's June. I'm getting a little tired of that. So, but yeah, when you can't play, you build. That's what I do, I guess. So, anyway, catch you guys later. Have some fun with RCs.